What's up, guys? We're back with another video. And yeah, I'm just so mad. You might be wondering what's with the 53-minute video for deaths and suicide. Because yeah, I got demonetized or some crap. And honestly, well, at least the company recognizes my hidden talent. Honestly, guys, I'm just so mad and just at the same time just impressed. I think so. I don't know. But today we're just going to be looking at inside an $80 million mansion made of glass. So this whole thing is made of glass. Let's get it.
Here, a guerrilla-style exploration video went viral of the Evergreen Crystal Palace in Missouri. However, the idea to shoot the footage was allegedly put together by real estate agent Ken Coleman, who came out of retirement to sell this property. Since the property has now been seen all over the world, Coleman stated, quote, "We've had a lot of Hollywoods reaching out to do films inside of it," end quote.
It's always in Hollywood, people. Always in Hollywood.
While nice and a little flattering, that's not what they're after. The owner is looking to sell. According to the listing, the property itself is 24,963 square feet in size, while the land totals over a massive 350 acres. That's over 3 times the size of the Mall of America in Minnesota, at around 96 acres. The house was first built in the early 1990s for millionaire Empire Gas founder and later chairman of Evergreen Investments, Robert W. Plaster. The estate was designed by architect Dennis Spencer. Coleman claims that Plaster started building the house after being called a hillbilly as a joke. So, taking it to heart, he wanted to create a property that could impress international business people. According to a newspaper article in the Springfield News Leader.
Hold on. How would make a glass of a house be a hillbilly?
In 1991, the locals believed
How did they come up with that conclusion?
the estate was actually a hotel during its construction. They were contacting the local council on when it would be ready for a visit. In reality, it was a palace for the Plaster family. They used it as a holiday home, as well as a corporate retreat.
But the inside is trash, but the outside is trash.
Newspapers stated that the construction cost around $6 million at the time. Today, that would be the same as nearly $11.9 million. This hefty cost was stated to be around 100 times the value of nearby properties. Most of the exterior of the house is made from glass, hence its name. On top of glass, the interior is also formed from marble and brass. At the moment, the property can be picked up for $80 million. Bear in mind that the property taxes can be big as well. According to Zillow, for 2017 alone, they were $21,317. The estate is based in Branson West, which is around 14 miles away from the tourist haven
Never heard of that before.
of Branson, Missouri. It's actually positioned on the banks of Table Rock Lake. This artificial lake and the Table Rock Dam were created between 1954 and 1958
in the middle of nowhere.
by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. After additional work in 1961, the dam's construction is stated to have cost $65.4 million. Then in 2005, a new auxiliary spillway was required to help with potential heavy flooding. This cost a further $65 million to put together. Table Rock Lake has 14 public marinas and 24 public boat launches, making boating and fishing the prime pastimes there. Many of the rooms within the Evergreen Crystal Palace have stunning views of the water. And speaking of the estate, it has 12 guest suites, 4 offices, and 2 master bedrooms.
Wait, why 4 offices? Well, you know what, to be fair though, yeah, my mom actually does have her own office in her own room. But still though.
One of the master suites is around 3,000 square feet. It even comes with a baby piano and a private stairway. In fact, pianos can be found throughout the property.
Nah, private stairway, that's too much for me. That's too much work just to go to my bed. Or like, just to go whatever I want to.
Such as the one based in the atrium. Coleman describes the interior design as though it's been frozen in time from when it was created in the 90s. Typically, a garage wouldn't usually be a big selling point of the house. However, this crystal mansion has a much bigger than average garage. Back in 1991, the garage was stated to be 8,000 square feet and be able to hold up to 14 cars. In more recent articles, that number has jumped to 20 cars. According to Home Advisor, a 1-car garage can cost up to $27,000 to install. So the estate's garage could cost up to $540,000 to put together. Another unusual feature of the house is the indoor firing range with 2 lanes. Some reports state that it can even be used as a panic room, as the window into the room is even bulletproof. According to experts, a home firing
That would be honestly, that would be actually pretty cool to have that in the house. That would be pretty cool.
range starts at around $10,000 and can go into the hundreds of thousands for the more advanced systems. Typically, the cost is usually around
I'll give the mansion this. Yeah, that's pretty sick.
$60,000. Considering the Crystal Palace has 5 levels for someone to traverse, an elevator is a pretty handy addition. Plus, it goes well with the high-class hotel theme. Home Advisor states that the cost of a home elevator...
Yeah, we was waiting for it. There's always an elevator with these much prices. But really, that elevator looks so
can be as much as
claustrophobic.
$60,000.
That looks like one of those things where they put the mail in and they literally just went to that bison to shoot up to somewhere.
If we step outside of the glass house, one of the big selling points
that.
for someone with a lot of money is a place to land their own private helicopter. Well, the estate has a large concrete helipad positioned near the actual house. According to experts, a small basic helipad can cost $15,000 to install, while a more high-tech and larger version can go up to $500,000.
That's too much.
When it comes to building a massive estate, a swimming pool is probably one of the most...
I wouldn't want my own helicopter. I don't mind. I like helicopters, but I just wouldn't own my own.
Popular amenities featured. So of course Crystal Palace has one as well. Home Advisor states that an in-ground pool similar to the estate's can cost up to $66,500 to install, while custom pools
I'm just hearing this whole video just money.
can go upwards of $100,000. Also included in the estate are quarters for a live-in caretaker, a private boat dock, and 8 private peninsulas. As mentioned on the listing, the buyer also has the option to pay for further acreage, a fishing lodge, and several other nearby houses as part of the Crystal Palace deal. The current trustee for the estate is Steve Plaster, the son of Robert. He received the property after Robert passed away in 2008. According to Coleman, Steve had a health scare recently that made him and the Plaster family look at offloading their bigger properties. However, the money wasn't going towards any medical costs. Instead, the full sale cash would be sent to 5 colleges within the U.S. to be used for scholarships through the Robert W. Plaster Foundation. Robert Plaster made his name from founding Empire Gas in 1963 within the Missouri Ozarks region. He used $25,000 of his own cash and $2.5 million in loans from various sources to do so.
25 to million.
Today, that would be the same as nearly $220,000 and $22 million, respectively. Soon, the company became one of the largest propane distributors in the country. Plaster later sold Empire Gas to Steve and other managers at the firm. Later, the company was sold for $120 million to Northwestern Public Service Company. Robert used the proceeds from selling to his son to found Evergreen Investments. Robert also created the Robert W. Plaster Foundation, a group where he could do the most good with his philanthropy, seemingly more so if the chance to name places after himself came about. In 1984, he donated $250,000 to Southwest Baptist University for a new sports complex.
Oh, Southwest Baptist University. I'm pretty sure I've heard of that college so many times.
The university named their stadium Plaster Stadium. During 1991, he donated $1.5 million to Missouri State University to expand their football stadium.
Wait, but we're not talking about the glass thing anymore. Glass house.
At the time,
anymore.
the ground was renamed from Briggs Stadium, named after their legendary football coach, to the Robert W. Plaster Stadium. By 1997, he was even elected president for Missouri State University's Foundation Board of
I keep hearing 1961s and 80s. Like, how long has this house been around?
Directors. The following year, he donated over $1 million to expand the university's student union. It would then be known as Robert W. Plaster Student Union. As a keen supporter of free enterprise, Robert donated $250,000 in 1998 to what was formerly known as the Students in Free Enterprise Group, now known as Enactus. They had their then headquarters on Missouri State University's grounds called the Robert W. Plaster Free Enterprise Center. Final fact finish. Since we mentioned the word palace a few times, the most expensive royal estate in the world is said to be the Forbidden City in China. From 1420 to...
Why in China? But, okay, but yeah, guys, well, that was it, and, that's 18 million from 1,000 to 1 million. 1,000 to 1 million. Huh, Well, that's it, guys. Peace out. Please leave a like and subscribe. And peace.